season. So I'm continuing to watch Kimetsu no Yaiba. I'm also continuing to watch Fruits Basket. But the new ones that started, again, I don't have as much time as I would like for them, and I don't know if I'll be able to keep up because of graduate studies. But I started to watch Dr. Stone, A Certain Scientific Accelerator, and To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts. And I know that Amazon is going to have Vinland Saga, which I do want to watch. So that'll be exciting. Dr. Stone, A Certain Scientific Accelerator, and To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts, Kimetsu no Yaiba, and Fruits Basket are all on Crunchyroll. So I really liked Dr. Stone. I'd been waiting for it to come out for a few years. It seemed like it was in production for a long time. So I'm really happy. It seems like it was worth the wait. So that's exciting. I don't really know what else to say about it other than, yes, it's post-apocalyptic. Everybody's been turned to stone. Except, a few of the characters maybe haven't been, and they have to try and rebuild civilization from scratch kind of thing so far anyway. No spoilers. So, yeah, if that's your thing, then you probably want to check it out. I also really like the fact there tends to be an attempt at including some science in it, which is cool. Even though I tend to be more like the magic woo-woo person, I like that kind of thing. Yes, woo-woo-ness. The second show that I'm watching, A Certain Scientific Accelerator, is also like that. The reason why I like the A Certain Scientific Railgun and A Certain Magical Index in that whole world is because these all cross over, by the way. All these shows, all the ones that are A Certain, they all cross over, so all these characters interact. I like that show because it takes magic and science and kind of plays with it a lot, and I admire that world a lot that the person's constructed for that reason. Accelerator is one of my favorite anti-heroes. So for him to finally get his own show, the manga's been out for a while, but for him to finally have to get to see him animated again, and it just be a show about him and Last Order is really cool. And the first episode was promising, given that the people who are fans of these series, this world that I'm talking about, will know why my pained expression and that weird expression just came over my face, was because A Certain Magical Index 3 that just finished a while back was horrific. In that you had a lot of trouble following anything. It was really rushed. There were a lot of things wrong with it. So for me to start watching A Certain Scientific Accelerator, I was horrified that it was going to get the same kind of treatment or that they'd somehow let it crash and burn some way. And so far it seems like that's not the case. Again, it's really early I can't really tell. It's only the first episode, but I'm excited with what I've seen so far. So there's that. So there's A Certain Scientific Accelerator that just started. And the last one that just started that I have been watching is To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts. I happen to like it a lot. I know that there are, like any story, there are issues that I've seen people discussing and in the comments, and I'm just like, whatever. So, but it's really neat. I liked it because it has to do with war. And kind of the fallout of what happens when soldiers come back from war. Which is, you're all probably like, wow, why would you like that subject? And I'm like, well, it's an interesting character study, that's for sure. And I also think it's important to, it's still fantasy and it's still dealing with other things that are totally not realistic. But I also anything that has to do with that, I always find fascinating to see how people handle that when they tell stories. And so far, it's been pretty sad. But the second episode is kind of like, yeah, okay, there's another character that's introduced, which you knew it was going to happen. Especially if you see the preview for the second episode. You're like, oh, okay, so this is going to be one of those where, oh, so-and-so joins your party. So, but it that ended up making it a little bit less sad, even though the reason why they ended up joining together was super sad. And I like it. It has to do with a special unit of soldiers that are given certain powers, and then those powers get out of control, and then, when people in special ops outlive their usefulness, or certain types of soldiers are people outlive their usefulness to government, right, and society, especially when their sole thing that they're really trained to do is kill people. Unfortunately, sometimes that ends up being the thing that then makes them the next target after the war's ended, and it's that kind of story. It's very yeah, if you don't want to deal with that kind of drama, don't watch that show. But if you're okay with that, go for it. I love it. I also like and admire the fact that art style is a bit different than what we've been seeing recently. And I know that Vinland Saga is a little bit like that too. But I mean, and by that I mean it's not. I just like it when different types of character designs are animated, and it's not just the same old like pattern of character over and over and over and over again, because people aren't supposed to look the same constantly, because that's, you know, I don't find it as visually interesting if that's the case. So from an artistic perspective, it's more interesting to me. I won't talk about the CG aspects of the battle. I had to overlook that. So, but that's the key though, is I could overlook it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this was originally going to be a three-topic video, but instead it was too long. So if you're still interested in hearing my thoughts about Good Omens, that will be a separate one that I'm going to post right after this one, okay? So again, this is Kelly with Eclectic Entries. I hope that you have enjoyed yourself, and what are you thinking about the anime season? Do you watch anime? If so, why or why not? I know that a lot of people are like, oh, and some people are like, yeah, no, I've watched some of it. So yeah, if you're into like trying to pick up a series this season, there are a lot of different charts online that you can find that will help you figure out what's airing, or you could just go to your nearest, you know, streaming service and see what they say is streaming this season. So yeah, that's it for now, and maybe I'll see you in the Good Omens video that I post after this one. Take care of yourself as you're able. Bye.